In the left corner, standing at, in his own words, 6 foot. Well, not exactly, but if I wear shoes, then I'm like, anyway, who's even cares? Hitman Jim in the right corner with a professional record of under 18 wins and 0 losses. It's Aaron the Assassin. And in the other left corner, fighting for Mills Park, Palestine with a professional record of 1 win and 99 losses, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Basil the Lady Boy Lover. Welcome, Milk Bucket. Episode 52. 53? What are we at?
53.
Episode 53, boys.
I loved that intro. That was fantastic. Except
No
I
way
don't
you
like
thought
my
of that.
title.
No way you thought of that.
I got so
Actually-
bored. I thought of Basil the Ladyboy Lover and I'm like, let's make this into something.
How are we going to make this into something?
I literally sent a message to the group the other day being like, boys, what's something to do with numbers in regards to me that people know? And I was just like, I couldn't think, because I was thinking something to do with like a record. Like for people who don't know, 1 win, 99 losses, you could figure it out. Under 18 wins. Can figure that out.
I know what you're talking about.
1 win, 99 losses. I fucking love that. If someone gets that, explain the joke in the comments to everyone
Damn
else.
straight. How are we doing today, lads? How's your week been?
It's been good so far. I had a fantastic weekend, but we'll get to that.
We'll
get to that later.
Yeah, gang,
big
baby.
zoggy, big
Yeah,
zoggy.
Big zoggy. Big
Yeah,
zoggy.
I had a fucking phenomenal week. Phenomenal month, honestly.
The clouds had parted. We weren't having any rain, and then it's back. Fucking drowning us all.
It's terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's
pretty
terrible.
terrible.
Rain
You
in
think
Australia?
you don't think it's
It's been
terrible
worse.
because you sit on the couch with your shirt off, making the occasional call. The rest of the world doesn't like this. It'd be like someone who lives on a cliff when the Noah's Ark thing happened. You're like, what's everyone complaining about? It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. The thing is, you gotta stay on your toes. So, like with all type of things, you know, as soon as you get used to something, before you know it's gone. So you want to make sure that the rain is there so that you enjoy the sun.
Yeah, I was happy. Rain came. Boom. Happiness gone.
Exactly. But then it's going to be back again. If it was sunny all the time, you
I'd
just
be
get
happy
sad.
all the time.
No, you slowly become depressed.
Nah, you wouldn't slowly become depressed because you have more opportunities. You can go out and do shit. Going to gym, like if you're at home and it's 5:30 and you got to go to gym, it's pouring, motivation level drops dramatically.
I get what you're saying, but see, if it's not raining, it's like a blank canvas. But the thing is, when you have a blank canvas, you have no idea. Like you get writer's block or drawer's block. You don't know what to do because you got so much availability. So the rain gives you some urgency. I've got to do something right now because it might be raining tomorrow.
Do you reckon it was raining in Russia and then Putin said, "I need the Eastern Bloc"? Is that why he said that? Is that what started it all, bro? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, starting off the episode, something we were meant to do last week. We have a bit of an audio Q&A. We only got 2 entrants, so fucking shame on you all. But cheers to Tyler and Carmen.
Oh yeah.
So we'll run these questions right now.
All right.
Hello, people. My question is, how do you do a good onni-chan or an ara? Do you want to give me an example by any chance? Haha.
Okay, so for the onni-chan, it's Onni-chan.
What the hell is RR?
Wait,
don't know what that is either.
Boys, we miss out a clear opportunity for content right here.
Oh yeah.
Let's have an onni-chan off right now.
Wasn't that what we just did?
Everyone, the secret word for this week is Baz, Aaron, or Jamo. Post it in the comments for who won the fucking onni-chan thing. Okay,
Just in
Aaron,
case you
you
forgot.
go now.
Yeah.
I am fucking getting ready for this shit, getting psyched. Onni-chan.
Okay, Baz.
Onni-chan.
Little voice crack.
Okay.
Onni-chan.
Oh, I already know who won.
Obviously me.
I don't think I won.
Really?
Feel free
Okay,
to,
we'll see
feel
what the
free to
audience
discuss,
says.
The
boys.
thing is, Baz's one sounded like, the hentais where the girl is really uncertain and she's like, this actually is a bad idea. You're 35, I'm 14. So, it's not really my style of thing. I know Baz is, it's actually more of an ad thing, but
Oi. It's really hard to put your voice like in that high-pitched tone.
Carmen, if we ever have you on the pod one day, you got to do the onni-chan
She
for
does
us.
a fantastic
100%.
onni-chan voice.
She does it very well.
Should we hire her just to be the onni-chan lady?
Isn't that her job?
All right, this next question's from Tyler.
Sup, Milbucket? I just got one quick question for Baz, and that's, what's your favourite type of ladyboy? Because we know you like them ladyboys.
Okay.
It's honestly not a dumb question. Like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, do you prefer the smaller side petite ladies? Because we know you like tall ones.
And the thing is, he didn't even sound like he was joking. He was genuinely curious, just like James and I are right now.
Yeah, exactly. We all know what you like, and that's fine. We're a very inclusive podcast. You know what I mean? We're very pro LGBT, all the others. The main one's the LGBT. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know if this is cancelable, but what does that, like? This is a genuine question to all the LGBT plus out there. What does the Q mean? What does queer mean?
I thought
it's a
queer was the
solid
same
question.
as gay.
I don't think it
Nah,
is
it's
anymore.
not. I don't
It's
think it is
not anymore, so it changed.
I think queer's something else.
Holy shit. Okay, because I keep seeing queer on my Hinge.
Yeah, it's different.
Wait, what?
Girls with queer on it.
Boy, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel like
Maybe
girls,
Aaron likes ladyboy so much.
No,
If
I
that's
mean,
what queer means, maybe.
that being said, I think that girls use queer more often. I haven't seen a guy call himself queer in a while.
I've only heard them like on the, like feminist rec compilations, but I don't know what when he's like, I'm sexually queer. I'm like, what? I don't know what that means. You get me? Like,
honestly, I don't know it either.
anyway, it is a good question, Tyler. We've been pondering it for a while. Like, do you like the big fake tits? Do you like the big fucking throbbing penis? Like, what do you go for if you could pick, like mix and match your perfect ladyboy?
Mix and match.
Because the thing is, you love tall women. So would he really love a 6'4" ladyboy?
The thing is, I actually haven't watched ladyboy porn in a while. It's been at least a week.
Okay,
That's why I'm trying to say like.
Would you like an Adam's apple big enough you could suck on it or what?
Oh,
Anyway,
we didn't get an answer.
that's for another episode.
All
I
right,
guess.
all right.
But
Episode 54.
moving on before Baz slaps me, let's talk about another famous slap.
Yeah.
Fucking
Ooh.
Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock.
Great point. Real or fake?
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it was fake. I'm leaning more towards real now.
Yeah. The fact that there hasn't been any public announcement that it was fake makes me think it's real.
Yeah. So let's break it down for people who don't know.
Everyone knows.
Just in case.
Everyone knows.
Just in
We don't need
case.
to break down what happened.
Considering the Oscars is the most boring fucking thing of all
Yeah.
time, and a lot of TikToks were just showing the slap. Chris Rock was hosting the Oscars, and he was, insulting the crowd as you do when you host an award show. And he said that Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, looks like G.I. Jane, and that's
What
because
is G.I. Jane? Oh, like G.I. Joe?
No, it was an old movie that she did. Oh, it may be like that movie. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it is the female G.I. Joe.
Oh,
yeah.
well, yeah, it was an old movie that she did where she had short hair, and now she has short hair because of some medical condition.
Oh, that's a low.
She has
fucking joke.
alopecia. The thing is, I don't know if she actually has like. I think alopecia comes in various shades, but when we think of alopecia, we think of like fully no hair. Yeah, and
Yeah.
she does have. She's got
Yeah,
like
she
a crew
does have
cut.
hair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's always wore her hair short. And the thing is, she's gorgeous. She's done well with her short hair. Her mom's a fucking piece. She's got short hair as well. Like, I don't think this is an unusual thing. I also think a lot of times in the black community, women do have shaved heads because a lot of times, they wear wigs or weaves or something like that. And I've heard that it's just easier to have that working. You know what I mean? But the question is it too low of a blow? Are we standing up for the ability to say
gonna-
whatever joke? Like,
Are we gonna am I the asshole this one?
let's am I the asshole this one? Let's say who's more at fault.
Will is definitely the arsehole.
Okay, let's take out.
Dude,
I
it's a
reckon-
fucking comedy sketch. You don't walk up and slap some guy during his set.
I reckon everyone sucks here.
I don't think Chris Rock sucks. I don't think it was a harsh joke.
I get what you're saying. It's not a harsh joke, but it's a low blow. You don't make fun of medical conditions. That's something like it's
Says
like
who?
I mean,
People make fun of dwarves. People make fun of sexual orientation. What are you talking about?
Do they?
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
That's
okay,
the
fair
crux of
enough.
comedy. Dave Chappelle has fucking done 3 specials talking about trans people. Do you know what I mean?
Is he actually?
Yeah, he's arguably the greatest comedian of all time, and
Yeah, I get what you say. I think it was a bit of a low blow. Like when I saw it, at first I thought it was like fair enough, but when he was saying like get my wife's name out your fucking mouth. When he
See-
said that, I was like, oh, bro, shut up.
I think it would be better if you said that than if you slapped him, because it's just like,
Just out the blue.
well, because a lot of people spoke about this, like if it's anyone else, they're getting thrown out.
yeah.
So it's like just setting out a massively bad example. You get me, like, but also it just, I don't know, it looked mad pussy in my opinion. Like you just can't handle the smoke, so
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, boys. I'm hate to be the fucking hater here and with a controversial opinion. I don't really give a shit.
yeah.
People are making such a big deal out of it. Someone slapped another guy.
There's been
Well,
way too many memes.
Someone talked shit about someone's wife as a joke. He got hit. Let's move on. Like,
Jim
this-
Carrey spoke about it, yeah?
Yeah.
And he was very on the side of Chris Rock. He's like, it was atrocious what Will Smith did. And he's like, if it was me who got slapped, Will Smith would have woken up with a $400 million fucking lawsuit in the morning because Chris Rock didn't press charges.
Yeah.
So, there is a point of like, if it was, this is the most interesting one I've heard, right? is he doing this because Chris Rock is 5'8" and skinny? Like, what if The Rock said it?
Yeah.
You know, is he doing the same thing? Like, is it just because it comes off very bully tactic? Because Will Smith's like 6'2", relatively big guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I reckon if Chris Rock did it, The Rock did it, I think he still would have slapped him.
no chance.
There's no way.
chance.
You don't reckon?
You
Nah.
reckon Will Smith would arc up on The Rock?
I also think that, I mean, based off the vibes that The Rock gives off via Hollywood, I don't think that he's the type of person that would take the piss of someone. I feel like his thing is always like laughing at himself.
Sure.
I don't think he laughs at himself. I think I get what you're saying. I don't think he would say those jokes, but apparently there was a clause in like Fast and the Furious where neither him or Vin Diesel could lose a fight
I
scene.
love that.
Wait, what?
Yeah. When they're together, because they hate each other in real life, and neither of them could lose the fight scene. It's always got to be some kind of draw, like they're in an even match, but then SWAT team breaks in, and then one of them has to technically lose.
way.
So apparently, I don't know
What?
if this is true or not, but if you count the amount of times that they hit each other, it always balances.
Yeah, it's equal.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
In every fight.
In every fight that they verse each other.
That's fuck off.
Because they
Are
both
you
have that clause.
serious?
Yeah.
And Vin
Yeah.
Diesel is Vin Diesel is a tough guy in most movies, but just not when The Rock's standing there, because
Yeah.
dude's just not that big compared to The Rock.
Have you seen the photo of Vin Diesel standing next to The Rock, and then The Rock standing next to Shaq, and
Yes.
then Shaq standing next to Yao Ming?
Yes.
And it's just like so Vin Diesel looks fucking huge compared to The Rock is tiny. Then The Rock compared to Shaq is tiny. Then Shaq compared to Yao Ming is tiny.
The Rock looks bigger than Vin. The Rock looks massive compared to Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, that height shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, Yao Ming's only 4 inches taller than Shaq. And
Bro,
Shaq looks
what
like
do
a
you mean?
fucking baby next
What do you
to him.
mean only 4 inches?
Well, think about
That's
it.
huge. It's like
10
6'2" versus 6'6".
Yeah, but I know, but like 10 centimeters doesn't seem like a lot. If you were bragging about having 10 centimeters, you know what I mean? Girls aren't going to be fucking super impressed.
But 10 extra centimeters is what we're saying.
I know.
10 extra centimeters is
We're not talking about penis size here. We're talking about height.
still it's both ways, bro.
Yeah, but Yao Ming looks substantially taller, considering it's only like, what 10 centimeters?
No. The Rock's 6'4", Yao's 7'6".
Oh, that's why it's so
No,
substantial.
Shaq to the
Shaq.
Rock.
Oh, Shaq
Shaq
to
to
the
Yao
Rock.
Ming.
But-
Shaq's 7'2".
Right.
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
he's still like 10 inches above The Rock.
Okay.
Which is massive. And Shaq's also huge. He's like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So
big
like,
boy.
yeah, so you have arguably a bigger boy than Rock because The Rock is lean.
Yeah. No, you see Shaq's bicep because Shaq got like kind of leanish. Like, he had the fucking HGH fat boy 6-pack at one point.
Yeah.
But you saw his arms and they would have been 30 inches. They're just enormous.
Dude, have you seen him bench pressing 4 plates on Conan?
He did it with Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Charles
yeah.
Barkley was doing fake weights.
What a
Was that
flex.
Conan? I don't think it was Conan.
One of the
That
top
was
shows.
First Take, their show.
Oh, okay.
He's like on that show with Charles Barkley and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Chuck have such a funny fucking like dynamic.
Do they not like each other or do they like each other?
No, they like each other, but there's a competitive advantage because like Charles was an older guy. Like, Charles was playing around the time Jordan was. Shaq was a bit of a young buck, but then Shaq won 4 rings. Charles never won any rings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's this fucking like competitiveness there where Chuck feels like he's still better than Shaq because he's an elite player. But Shaq is like immediately, how many rings you got? Like, whenever an argument gets bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, okay, speaking of basketball players like Shaq and Charles Barkley, I reckon it would be good if you could have a reminder of that more often. Say, like, do you have like a background often with like a sports character to keep you motivated?
Yeah, sometimes. I think Kobe is probably one of the more motivational ones. He has
Yeah.
like a logo and stuff. Like, whenever I go to there's a basketball court in my crib, and like there's the Kobe's logo underneath the hoop, and I always fucking make sure to touch it with my foot to like pay respect to the god.
Hey, bro.
But like, it's too hard, like, because you don't want to be a 13-year-old with a fucking background of it or something. So like, how are you going to get these reminders like on a day-to-day basis?
I reckon the way to go about it is if you don't want to put it on your background either because that's pretty cringe. But if you can put it on your phone, so for example on the phone case, I reckon that would be the way to go about it.
But there's no way to get like custom images on phone cases without paying like fucking $500, bro.
Fuck,
Got to be
bro.
feasible with this shit.
Fuck, bro. Does anyone know here like a place where you can do that?
I don't know. I think I have heard of one place.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of Puppy This?
No, I haven't.
What?
It's this amazing website where you can get custom phone cases like this example.
Oh
You
shit!
can get Kobe on your fucking phone.
Bro,
Oh,
but
no
there's
way.
no, like, Kobe was a fucking great man. There's no way you're going to have biodegradable options or something like that.
Oh, yes, you can. You
What?
can have biodegradable options.
You're
You
fucking
can
me.
have 20% off as well.
Jesus,
That's
how?
insane.
Yeah.
What are
How?
you going to do to get that?
You just put in code milk bucket.
Wait, what? What's that again?
Code milk bucket.
Not milk puppet? Is it true that the case is especially aerodynamically crafted? So if you wanted to shoot it at a basketball hoop, it'd swish every time?
Bro, money back guaranteed.
Really?
Thanks for Puppy This for sponsoring this episode of the Milk Bucket Podcast.
Use link down below to get 20% off and get a fucking amazing case today.
Boys, I had a funny story that I remembered from high school actually. A
Yeah.
couple years
Shit,
ago.
go back.
Have you guys known anyone? Actually, this is pretty bad because I've done it myself. But do you guys know anyone who ever bought exams or bought any sort of test?
Yes, I do, Basil.
All right, so I did this one time, but the story is not about me.
Have we told that story?
I don't think so.
If we haven't, let's wait till the next episode to tell it because it's a banging story, but we might have told it before.
Yeah. So I was thinking of someone else who actually bought exams. All right, so let's just call this guy Jack. So Jack, he was like English was his second language. He came to Australia when he was like maybe 9 or 10. So his English was really rocky, even in like late high school. So English was always a really weak point, and I was fucking dumb at English too. So I was in the same class as him.
Same as the ESL class.
Basil grew up here all his life. Fuck me.
Anyway, so Jack would always he would be close to failing every single exam, every single one. And then one day in like year 11, he just comes up and like we used to get our exams like publicly, so everyone would see everyone's marks. So there's no way you could hide it. And everyone's getting our exams, and maybe I get 60%, my mate gets 55, whatever. Like we're all doing shit because we're in the shit class.
Yeah.
And then Jack gets his, and it's 90%.
Jesus.
And we're literally like, what the fuck is going on here? And this wasn't a hand-in assignment. This was like you had to go there and write it. So we're like, there's no fucking way Jack got 90. Like he can barely speak English, not to mention fucking write it and get 90.
Oui.
So we're sitting there like, okay, like this might be a one-off. Maybe he like something happened. So we ask him like, hey bro, like have you got a tutor or something? Like what's going on? How have you gotten so well? He's like, oh no, I just did a bit of reading here and there, and like we'll see what happens. And I'm like, mate, that's such bullshit.
Did he pull a Mike Ross?
Well, okay, fast forward a little bit. And then so the next exam comes by, and it's also like a writing exam. Okay, Jack won't be getting 90 in this one. We'll see what happens. So he goes there, smashes it, leaves early. Fucking Jack leaves early. This guy's a retard. How is he going to leave early? Leaves early.
Jesus.
By the time the exam comes back a couple of weeks later, another 95%. So we confront him once again. Hey, bro, what's going on? How are you getting 90s? You're in the dumb class. There's no way any of us are getting 90s. And the teacher isn't suspicious at all. She's just so faithful in the fact that one of the dumb students is doing really well. And she's like offering him like to go to the higher classes. Like, are you surpassing this level? And man's like, doesn't even understand what the fuck she's saying. Because he doesn't speak English very well. So we're all so fucking dubious and like suspicious. Turns out, and he only admitted this 5 years after we graduated. So we kept on heckling him to find out the answer.
It's like recently.
Yeah, recently. So we had been like under the impression that he actually studied really hard and got it, as he was telling us. Like I was just studying nonstop and I just got good.
That doesn't sound like you were under the impression. It sounds
Bro.
like you thought it was capped the whole time.
Bro, yeah, well, I mean, we really did think it was capped the whole time. 3 or 4 years later, like probably last year, we asked him like, hey bro, like what actually happened in English, like in year 11, year 12? And he's like, turns out, so he had a tutor, and the tutor, like he would do a really shitty attempt at the exam. The tutor would fix the whole fucking thing up and make like 5 different versions of it. And then he would sit there and he would memorize 5 fucking copies of the essays just because he didn't know what the question was. And then he would just straight write it.
Holy shit.
Write it word for word, like what the
Play
tutor
to win,
wrote.
baby. What do you guys think of like a cheeky cheat?
That's
Like-
not a
like
cheeky
in that
cheat, bro.
instance?
I have no respect. That's like
He didn't
completely
cheat at all,
against
though.
the spirit of what English is supposed to teach you, which is like how to write and how to fucking.
You're just sad because
Put
you got
words into it.
60%.
Damn straight. You sound
I am.
bitter.
I am. I'm
But
fucking
like,
bitter.
are you guys against a cheeky cheat?
Well, what's an example of a cheeky cheat?
I'm trying to think.
I remember once in one class in business studies, I taped things from the syllabus onto my hand.
Bro, I once in a class, I can't remember if it was English or ancient history or something like that.
Yeah.
I wrote down quotes on my hand.
Yeah,
Bare
yeah.
quotes. And then I got in there and I realized I just memorized them all through the process of stressing about the shit. And then I started shitting myself thinking, I've got fucking incriminating evidence on my hands right now. And I start like spitting in my hands and rubbing my fucking hands like under the table, trying to wipe them all off. And it eventually just all left and I was fucking safe for a bit. But that shit always stressed me out, but I was always so willing to do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So to answer your question, yes, I think I'm pro cheeky cheat.
I think if you get away with it, good on you.
Yeah.
If you don't, bit different. You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm against the spirit of it.
Why?
Because it's like, if you're shit at school, then it's fine. Like I was shit at school. But it's like, there's a way to improve that. Like school is built to serve you. It's
How
not
much-
like, it's a big cost to the fucking country. Like they're paying a lot of fucking money because they want you to not be dumb. So you should, they're all trying to help you.
Yeah, but I think that a lot of the shit you learn in school helps you get to university or whatever high level you're trying to get to, and then a lot of the shit just goes out the window.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can finesse the system because like we got a mate who's not great with maths, but he's very passionate about a very specific type of thing, and he's good at that thing. But maths is a key part of the
Sounds like
studies.
he's a drug dealer. What is this guy doing?
No, you know the guy. I just don't want to say too much.
Oh.
But he, like, if he could finesse his way through that part, he'll do really well at the job. You know what I'm saying? But it's like in order to get to the job part, you got to be able to get through this maths section. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I've never really cared. It's more like if you get caught, sucks for you. But if you don't, fucking good on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I get that.
But I'm also very like,
and I'm not
take
exactly
what's available and fucking make it yours. Fuck the spirit. We're not graded on the bell curve. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not like the biggest fan of the education system. I think there could be a lot of reforms.
You sounded very pro it 2
No,
minutes ago.
I'm the fan of an education system. I don't think that cheating is like helping anyone. I think if anything, it's hurting yourself. Like it's enforcing bad habits. But that being said, like I don't agree with the way the school systems currently are. I think that reform should be made.
Obviously, without like going into strenuous detail, is there something in particular that stands out to you? Like
What do you mean?
Like I would argue the Australian system is quite good, especially compared to the rest of the world.
I don't like how it's like there's a very much a play to there's a strategy to be able to get a better score by doing things that you're not interested in. So like a quick summary of how the New South Wales system works is that you pick like 5 subjects, and then those are the subjects that you do, and you get a mark that tells you what you can do in uni. There's no interviews to get into unis like in America. There's no essays that you got to do. It's just based on this one mark, unless you're doing like medicine, where you might have to do another exam as well. So you can pick to do like high level maths and physics and chemistry and ancient history, like stuff that is difficult and you might not be interested in just because it gives you a good mark.
Yeah.
I don't like that it like if you do drama, you're going to be penalized, or if you do like a low level of English, or if you do a low level of English, I get, but there's some things that like might be really creative that, or like if you want to do woodwork, like you're going to get a shit mark, which is not fair, because like that person that did woodwork might be a way better architect than the person that did physics and chemistry, yet he doesn't get into architecture. I mean, speaking of school, bro, like I reckon, when was the last time you got added to a close story to someone that you weren't that close with?
I love it when it happens. It's been a while. But every time it happens, I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
Bro,
There have been times where I'm like, this was surely an accident. I haven't spoken to this girl in 5 years, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's like out of the blue, someone adds you to the close stories, or someone that you met yesterday, and then you're suddenly in their close stories. It's like, what the fuck?
Do you mean close friends?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, close friends.
Yeah, just so everyone understands.
Personally, I haven't even fucking set up close friends.
Really?
I need to set it up, but I'm just not fucked to go through it. I don't know who to include, who not to include. I don't want to be the victim of exactly what I'm fucking saying right now, or the perpetrator.
I think it's really useful for when your account is on public. So mine used to be on public, so everything saucy that I had on, or private, I would put on my close friends.
Yep.
But now that I'm on private, I kind of just put everything on public. That made no sense.
Yeah.
I put everything for everyone.
Yeah. So when you're private, I get that. Maybe because my account's private, that makes a bit more sense. But if your account's public and then you want to have some hidden shit, I get that. That's fair enough.
I always thought it was for nudes or something, so Instagram couldn't know.
I think Instagram will still ban that.
How would they know though if people aren't reporting?
Oh, you're playing a fucking tough game there. You're playing a game with fire.
But
You're
how would they
posting
know
nudes.
if you don't
It
report?
just takes one person to report.
Yeah, but if you've got your close friends, you know,
Yeah, but it just takes one of them to report. One person to report.
presumably you're not adding the snitch to your close friends.
Also, I'm more than sure that there's an algorithm that it can detect if there's nudes, and there's someone that manually reviews.
There's not going to be someone who manually
I would
reviews unless it
love
gets
that job.
flagged.
Huh?
Think about how many.
Job.
Oh, bro, you do not want that job.
Why is that?
Have you heard the people that are in like the Philippines, something like that? They work for Facebook and they go through all that content.
Pinterest.
Oh, is it Pinterest?
Yeah, that's the bad one.
I
Pinterest,
thought-
where
I
they
thought it was
they
Facebook.
literally search all day for fucking dicks.
Yeah. Oh, not just dicks, bro. It's like murders, anything
Oh,
that's
shit.
not allowed on the page. They just get sent random images and they have to approve it or disapprove it. And the shit they see is fucked.
Oh man,
There's
I don't want that job.
Yeah, there's so much shit on Facebook that's shared in like hate groups, like KKK groups, where it's so private and everyone in there is so extremist. And there's just fucked hate crimes that are just on video on Facebook. So they have to go through them and monitor
What do you
them.
think would be something they could show you that would actually make you have a visceral reaction? Because I've been
So
so
much shit, bro.
desensitized. Have you not seen like killing before?
No, I have on Facebook. You're right.
Yeah, I've seen so many of those things.
Maybe if it was like torture. I've
Disembodiment.
never seen torture before.
Yeah, disembodiment.
I saw that.
Disembodiment?
Yeah. I was about to say Oscar Pistorius, the fucking Blade Runner, not him. I forget his name. He was the guy in Don't Fuck With Cats, the main guy. Luca Magnotta, I think his name was.
Oh, yeah.
He was like this Northern European dude who drugged this Asian exchange student, and he recorded a film that was called One Lunatic, One Ice Pick, and he essentially like stabs the fucking body, cuts the head off, fucks the head, like all this goofy shit.
Jeez.
And it's cool. It was
Oh,
like,
wait, you watched a movie?
no, I watched the actual video. I found it on the dark web.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You found it on the dark web?
Maybe it wasn't dark web. Maybe it was 4chan or 8chan or something like that.
That shit's
I count
fucked
that.
up.
Yeah, it's in the dirty areas of the internet. You know what I mean?
All right, boys. So, Am I the Asshole has been trending heaps on TikTok. So let's jump on this trend. I've got a couple here. I'm really keen. I've got 3 here, boys. I'm really keen to hear your opinions on these. I'm going to read them just back to back.
Okay.
Not back to back. I'll go one at a time, and we'll see what you guys' thoughts are.
One more time.
Am I the asshole for asking my wife to dress up, not down?
Okay.
My wife and I have been happily married for 6 years now. My wife, Grace, is beautiful. She's a very girly girl, liking things like pink, flowers, purses, and heels. Before the pandemic, Grace would always dress for a runway. She would have on makeup, heels, dresses, perfume, smooth skin, etc. However, during the pandemic, through my wife's job got moved to home, she stopped her beauty routine and spent most of the days wearing long t-shirts, shorts, sweatpants, or her pajamas. I understood it since we weren't really going anywhere. Grace also stopped wearing makeup, doing her hair, and shaving. While this bothered me because I like having a beautiful wife, I figured until her job got moved back to the office, we'll be fine. Now things are open again. My job has been moved back to the office, but Grace told me that she didn't want to return and opted to keep working from home. Her wardrobe has completely changed in the 2 years of the pandemic. She hardly wears her dresses, cute skirts, makeup, or anything like before. It's men's t-shirts with sayings on them like I'm grumpy, jeans, sweatpants, and tennis shoes. And she has completely stopped shaving and waxing. Now she'll dress up a bit if we go out or if we have company, but that's it. Grace tells me it's too much work. So now here's the part where I might be an asshole. Before the pandemic, we went on date nights. Since we haven't done one in a while, I suggested we go for a night out in an expensive restaurant. I did pick this restaurant on purpose. Grace said no and suggested we order takeout. When I refused, she suggested a restaurant like IHOP or Chili's. Her excuse? She didn't feel like shaving her legs for one of her dresses and wanted to be comfortable. I snapped, saying, it wouldn't hurt for you to dress up for once. She accused me of only liking her for her looks. This isn't true, I told her. I was just tired of feeling like I'm with a homeless woman. Grace ended up locking herself in our bedroom. I know my words were harsh. I ordered pizza and tried to apologize, but Grace wouldn't open the door. I slept on the couch. Right now, Grace is still giving me the cold shoulder, refusing to speak to me or be in the same room as me. I know I hurt her feelings with my words. However, I think this is depression or isolation from the pandemic, since before Grace had no problem looking like a model. Am I the asshole?
It's a tough one because at one point, like, so part of him, you got to be like, mate, grow up. Like when you're living with someone around the house, they're not going to put in the same effort as when you're going out to see someone, you know, in a restaurant. I get what he's saying in like when girls get a bit comfortable, sometimes shit like that can slip. But when she says you only like me for my looks, a lot of what he says sounds like he only likes her for his fucking looks.
I disagree. I think like the relationships in general are very about equal effort. And it sounds like he's putting in a lot more effort trying to organize these date nights. She just wants to go to fucking IHOP.
Here's the thing. We don't know what his fashion is.
We don't.
He might not be dressing up in suits and these things. He might be wearing jeans and a t-shirt, but is used to her putting all this effort.
That's true.
And she's just matching his energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think that, look, like if you've gotten into this saying like, okay, one of the things I liked about her was that she always dressed up and then she always like looked good and I really liked that, then it is a bit of a kick in the dick if that's suddenly gone. It's like, shit, like what happened here? Like, I really enjoyed this part. But I also empathize with the fact that I'm sure for a woman getting dressed up and like putting on makeup and all that stuff is a lot of effort. So,
yeah.
I mean, I get that point as well.
See, the part I get most is like shaving legs. When he says she stopped shaving, I don't know if that means like armpits and fucking downstairs and everything. If that's the case, yo, relax, woman. You know, you gotta clean some of that shit up, yeah. But I also do it like if you're with someone you're working from home. Like I've seen how you guys dress. You guys aren't in fucking pinstripe suits when you're fucking doing your things in the day.
Shirtless.
Yeah, but if we were to go out with a girl, we would 100% dress up.
But that's what I'm saying. He said that she was, in fact, he said that she only does this when they go out. And then one time he chose a specifically nice restaurant and she said she didn't feel like at that time. It's not like he said, I've been trying to get her to go to nice restaurants, so she puts in a bit of effort for ages and she's not
Yeah,
doing
that's
it.
true. No, I see that. I would still say no one here's an asshole. Like, I get her point. I get his point. I think maybe a fight came up because it was bad timing, but I don't think anyone's the asshole.
I think what he said was retarded. Like that screams like I haven't been in many relationships that weren't superficial before, because calling your wife looking like a homeless woman. What are you, fucking retarded, bro?
If she's his wife, that means they've been together probably, you'd hope, for a long time. So
6
he would have
years, they
seen
said.
all this before.
6 years, they said.
Oh, they said that. Yeah, so 6 years is enough time to fucking know the girl. Like, he doesn't just like her for her looks.
But that's not necessarily true if his issues have started coming up in the pandemic where she stopped putting in as much effort, you know?
Yeah, but that's usually what causes like a lot of relationships to end. Someone
Yeah.
stops putting in effort.
Yeah. I don't think I think not putting in effort is a fucking bad thing to do.
I agree, for sure. But I also do see from her perspective that if she's working from home and all this kind of stuff and she's putting in effort going out on dates and stuff, that makes sense. And like, I also do agree, you should just put in some effort in general. But I think this whole pandemic has led a lot of people to not put in the same effort they did before.
Yeah. No, I feel you. So who would you say is the asshole? Or no one?
I would say he's maybe more of the... I agree with his sentiment, but how he handled it was silly.
Yeah. Okay,
It sounds
fair
like first girlfriend things where you don't know like certain words are not going to help you here, lad. But I wouldn't say he's an actual arsehole. He just hasn't handled the situation well.
enough. Yeah. I still stand on no one's an asshole here. What do you reckon?
I think I'm on your side too. No one's the
No one's an
asshole. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So next one here. Am I the asshole for leaving my wife by herself when she talks in a cringy manner?
Yeah.
No, you're not. I don't care what happens next. No, you're not.
Bro, you
Fuck
want to get
this
one.
bitch.
Ever since we had a baby, my wife has been talking like a baby herself. Rather than teaching the baby to talk like a person, it's as if my wife's body language has become baby-like. She would
bro,
make
this
noises
guy.
in between conversations like booty bibapo and uiwa, even when talking to adults. This is especially embarrassing when I'm with her in public places, even when she talks like that to complete strangers. I have been telling her nicely to not do that, but she would just laugh it off. Totally oblivious to people around us staring whenever she talks like a baby. I have to point out that she is not on the spectrum. She's just a crazy new mum. In fact, too crazy sometimes. It was a day off for us when we have my parents babysitting the baby, and we finally find some time for ourselves. We went for dinner and she had done it again, talking to the waiter, something like this. Yippee, thanks, ya ha ha ha. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, can you give us an extra plate for this?
Are you sure she hasn't just been watching like anime or something?
Yeah. Onni-chan.
Seeing how the waiter stared at us as if she's some kind of mentally challenged, I rolled my eyes and told her, I am taking a break today and don't need another baby who can't even talk properly to look after. Please excuse me. Then I left the restaurant without her. I don't know what occurred to me, but I probably shouldn't have done that. But I just kind of snapped. Am I the asshole?
Again, it's one of these things where it's like, you know, like he's not the asshole. Like, it's perfectly valid to think this bitch is crazy. I would say there are 2 times you can use baby voice: when you're talking to a baby or a puppy. But when you're talking to them, not the people around, you get like.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would. That's something that you're gonna nip in the bud, bro. If your girl is saying stuff like that, or if you're saying dumb shit like that, you'd want people to fucking pull you
To
on.
the
you know?
baby?
No, to strangers
No, that's psycho
with the
shit.
baby not there.
I don't think that's normal, bruv. I think she might be on the spectrum and this has just brought it out of her. You know what I mean?
So is he the asshole?
I think it's just the way, like, it's not that he's the arsehole. I'd say no one's the arsehole here because she's not actually doing anything specifically to fuck with him.
Yeah.
But I would say that, like, there are ways to handle things better to get better results. Like, I don't think this is the thing that's going to get you a result here. It's just going to cause a fight, you know?
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's once again the same thing you said about the previous one. I don't think he's an asshole, but I think he went about it the wrong way.
Let us know in the comments, by the way.
Yeah. All right, last one here, boys. Am I the asshole for telling an employee she can choose between demotion or termination?
Ooh.
I own a vape shop. We're a small business, only 12 employees. One of my employees, Peggy, was supposed to open yesterday. Peggy has recently been promoted to manager after 2 solid years of good work as a cashier. I really thought she could handle the responsibility. So I wake up 3 hours after the place should be open and I have 22 notifications on the store Facebook page. Customers have been trying to come shop, but the store is closed. Employees are showing up to work, but they're locked out. I call Peggy and get no response. I text her, same thing. So I go in and open the store. An hour before the shift was supposed to be over, she calls me back. I asked her if she's okay, and she said that she needed to take a mental health day and do some self-care. I'm still pretty pissed at this point, but I'm trying to be understanding as I know how important mental health can be. So I asked her why she didn't tell me as soon as she knew she needed the day off. Her response, I didn't have enough spoons in my drawer for that.
Ugh.
Frankly, I don't know what that means, but it seems to me like she cannot be trusted to handle the responsibility of opening the store in the AM. So I told her she has two choices. Go back to her old position with the old pay, or 2, I fire her completely. She's calling me all sorts of ist now and says I'm discriminating to her due to her poor mental health and her gender. None of this would have happened if she simply took 2 minutes to call out. I would have got up and opened the store on time, but this no call, no show shit is not the way to run a successful business.
Yo.
I think I might be the asshole here, but I am taking away her promotion over something she really had no control over.
Nah, fuck Peggy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
with you.
that's so unprofessional. It's a small business. You can't just not have a day's worth of sales.
You can't just not show up.
Yeah, that's like mental health is very important.
And the
we
employees
get
have
that.
rocked up.
No, it wasn't the employees. It was the fucking. It was the people. The customers were leaving bad
customers
reviews.
and employees.
Oh, real
Both of them.
employees?
Yeah, they're both rocked up. And,
Jeez.
yeah, employees are showing up to work, but they're locked out.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So it's not just her that's being affected. It's
Yeah.
it's fucking everyone and the business.
Yeah, that's so unprofessional.
This happened to like one of our friends, actually.
wait, what?
Yeah, one of our good friends who now lives in Melbourne. We worked together. He didn't rock up to his fucking shift because he was
Really?
at a party in a fucking farm, and I had to cover his shift for him. He didn't call up. He didn't do anything. He just never showed up.
Do you know what happened at that party at that farm?
I do know what happened.
I know what that happened
What
at the party at
happened?
that farm as well.
What the fuck? Tell me, boys.
Well, Aaron, future Aaron,
Yeah.
cut this. Anyways, I think the key thing here is she didn't call because like mental health mad important. I get that like sometimes you need to do that shit, but the way she threw it out, like I needed a mental health day, it sounded like she went to the spa. You know?
Yeah. And I don't have enough spoons in the drawer.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
that.
that.
fuck
What does that mean?
That's the whole idea. It just doesn't mean anything. He's like, I don't know what the fuck that means. So who's the asshole here?
Peggy.
Yeah, Peggy
Fuck that
for
bitch.
sure.
Yeah, fuck Peggy.
I hope she hires her back just to fire her again. Fucking dickhead.
I wonder if you can get in trouble for like wrongful termination, something like that. Like I
Oh,
wonder if she
casual.
has some legs to stand on.
No, as a
It's
casual.
definitely not wrongful.
Like after 2 solid years of good work, one day that she
Depends
like,
if
people
she's
make
casual.
mistakes.
If she's casual, no, nothing.
Oh, yeah, okay, she's not
Casuals
she's
are
a
like
manager.
contractors.
But
No,
the thing is, too,
managers might be
honestly, I now that I think about it a bit more, like working 2 years as a job is a long fucking time. If you've done 2 years fucking
Not for
foreman-
checkout.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Also, she worked 2 years as checkout. That doesn't mean she's like, this is the fuck thing. Like, reality is not everyone is made to be a manager of something.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the CEO of a massive company and you have anxiety attacks that fucking happen every day, chances are you're probably not the best fit for this situation
Two solid years of good work.
of cashier work. That's not manager work.
Yeah. I mean, he said recently been promoted, but he didn't say that was her first day.
Sure.
Like, I do reckon, like, I would probably give her a strike. Be like, hey, like, I hope you understand that this is not acceptable. You know, we're trying to run a business here, but you got to be open on time.
I think
And then put in like things in place, like say every time you open the store, send me a photo. Like just keep this, you know, some sort of
here's
check
the
and
thing.
balance.
It's because she came across as arrogant in how she was saying it. She was like saying like, I was anxious, therefore, of course I didn't have to tell you. Like if she sent in a message, look, I was so fucked with like, I was riddled with anxiety. I was having panic attacks all morning. I literally couldn't even reach the phone. I reckon she doesn't get fired. It's the fact that she said, I had to take a mental health break an hour before the fucking shift closes. And when asked why you didn't call earlier, she says the fucking spoons in the drawer thing. Like she just sounds very flippant with it as if, of course I should be allowed to do that.
Yeah, I feel like that.
That's
that would
why
be
you got to
so
fire the
frustrating.
bitch. Like,
I think,
not
I mean,
trustworthy.
I wouldn't fire because I know like some people might, she might have actually had an anxiety attack and couldn't even think about that.
But her response was
Yeah, but
she didn't have enough fucking spoons.
yeah,
was
I get
way
that.
flippant.
I get that. But still, like people might not be willing to admit that they've had an anxiety attack.
But
It
what
might
the
be
fuck does
easier
this
to say
spoon
that.
thing mean?
That's the whole idea. She just says something that doesn't make any
I don't know.
sense.
I just think you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, you know? Once it's done, it's done. Anyway, boys,
Corporate buzzwords.
fucking, there was a terrorist attack in Jeddah in
yeah.
Saudi Arabia over the weekend, right? And this is like 6 or 7 kilometers from where the F1 track was. So these Yemenis, or Yemeni, I don't know what
Yemeni?
the plural is. Yeah, terrorists, I guess. Because I know Saudi's fucking up Yemen right now, so who knows? It depends if you ask their side.
Yep.
But they blew up like an oil area, like a oil container, petroleum container, something like that.
Did they?
And you could literally see the smoke from the racetrack. That's how close it was, right?
Jeez.
So all these drivers, they have the assembly to like get together to say, do we race tomorrow, right? Because it's the day before the race or day before practice. And they all came through, and essentially the reason why they continued to race, and thank fuck they did, it was a fucking amazing race, was because apparently the Saudi government was like, if you don't race, you won't be able to leave the country.
Holy
Wait,
shit.
what?
Like they're going to hold up their visas on getting out of the country and keep them there. So
What the
what do we think of the Saudi government, boys? Like,
Is that true?
yeah.
That's a bit how you're going.
It
that's
sounds
the asshole in
mad
this.
crazy. Yeah.
We have a public podcast here. I love the Saudi government. I love CCP. I love Russia. I love Ukraine. They're all great.
I don't think Saudis hit the same way as CCP. CCP number one. It's
No, I mean,
a bit
honestly,
fucked.
like, if that actually happened, that's
Like
big
how
dodge.
cooked it's probably because
Big
they
dodge.
put like 600 million into F1 in order to have a race there, because Saudis are just buying up everything right now. But like still, bruv, if you can't fucking control, terrorist attacks so close to major sporting events, like the Saudi Grand Prix, second race of the season in a big, though Saudi isn't like the biggest tourist spot in the world, it is pretty big in terms of people coming in with big money. Like, these motherfuckers don't feel safe like that,
yeah. I mean, did anyone ever feel safe in Saudi?
Yeah, I'm sure people feel safe in Dubai, and Dubai's got some interesting past.
Dubai worked very fucking hard to get people.
The
to
only
trust
people
it,
who
bro.
don't feel safe in Dubai are Indians. That's
Bro,
because they
legit.
help build it.
Legit, man. But I think like Dubai did it really sneakily. Like they're fucking paying influencers to come see it, like flying people out. Like that's fucking. Which other
Good
countries have done that?
strategy. Yeah, great
Shit's
strategy.
shit's insane. Like they spend so much money making amazing infrastructure, and then when people didn't buy the fucking houses, they're like, all right, let's get some influencers here. And now finally people are buying the houses, and the properties are fucking skyrocketing in value.
Yeah, people are buying up there.
Skyrocketing in value, bro. Shit's like it's such an expensive country to live in now, so, city to live in, but the incomes are pretty good.
Yeah.
if you're not like in construction, like if you've got like a proper,
Well, if you're
white-collar
not
job.
if you're not working blue collar in just construction, I'm sure the
Yeah,
managers are
shouldn't
making a few dollars.
yeah.
What's their economic output though, specifically in Dubai? Like
Nothing.
people go to London for finance. Why are people going to Dubai?
I think it's the London of the Middle East. I think that's the
Big
place.
claim, but okay.
I'm not too sure, but I think that's where the deals are done.
Yeah. Deals are made.
I think it's
Yeah.
Disneyland for adults.
Dubai.
The way they pitch it, like fast cars, beautiful
Yeah.
women, like it's
Vegas.
Middle East, but we kind of don't really care about the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wonder what the drinking rules are, because I think you can still only drink in hotels. I don't think there's like bars and stuff. Or
I'm sure
or
they're not
clubs.
actually. Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
got to be clubs, right?
Surely, because the way they pitch it, like all the Euros love that shit.
Yeah, they do, but they also the Euros love drugs.
Yeah,
There's no fucking way you're doing that in Dubai.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you think.
I
so,
think
right?
Dubai is one of those things where if you're a lower class person, you follow Islam, but if you're an upper class person with a few dollars, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
Pay
that's,
to win.
yeah. Do you know in Saudi cigarettes are illegal, but supposedly all the sheikhs and all the ministers are like at home fucking smoking packs a day.
Yeah, of course.
None of them give a shit, and they're drinking alcohol. They don't
They
care.
probably like that it's illegal, so they feel like they're the kings.
Yeah, like they're smoking cigarettes.
It's like smoking a Cuban. Why are Cubans the best? Is it actually because their leaves are fucking the greatest of all time? Or is it because it's illegal? You know?
Why are Cubans?
Scarcity.
Does anyone know why Cubans specifically are illegal?
No idea.
But normal
because of-
cigars aren't.
Huh?
Normal cigars aren't illegal.
Oh, it's because of the Cold War. Because Cuba sided with Russia.
Oh
So
shit! And they still
America-
hold that against them
America annexed the fuck out of Cuba from that shit.
till now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're actually illegal in America anymore. Maybe it's just a habit thing, but that's what started it all because Cuba was letting Russia bring like missiles right into Cuba, which if you know anything about geography, Cuba's fucking a stone's throw away from Miami. And so they were thinking, fuck this. They had a full blockade, like ship blockade to try and stop that shit coming in because they're
Jeez.
like, Castro, you can go suck my dick. You know, Castro's had like over 3,000 assassination attempts on his life.
Fuck me.
That's fucked.
And he died of old age, I'm pretty sure.
That's a win.
Like he never fucking got it. How cooked is that?
Who is his security detail?
I don't know. Apparently
That's what I
he
wanna
had,
know.
I think there was a fucking a COD mission or something that had similar premises, or maybe it was a
No
TV
Russia.
show, but he had like body doubles and shit.
Shit.
And they'd take the hit, you know?
That's fucked.
How cooked is that? And all he did was support. It's not like a Hitler where it's like if you killed Hitler in 1939, the world would be different right now. What would happen if you killed fucking Cuba boy?
Well, then I guess we'll have a worse weekend than fucking Aaron's.
Yes. Okay. So my weekend, I've spoken to you about it. I haven't told James about it yet. But first of all, before I get to that, have you guys ever met an ex's current boyfriend?
Oh. Let me think.
I met you once.
Oh. So this happened to me on the weekend and I was not sure what to expect. So most people would be like, why are you meeting your ex's new boyfriend? Well, I'm still friends with this ex. She lives in another state, so she's found a new guy, whatever. Close friends, yeah.
Very close.
The thing is, when we were dating, I became friends with her friendship group. She left to another state. I stayed friends with that friendship group. One of those friends, it was her birthday. So that ex came back down with her new boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I met the new ex. So I met the boyfriend. And I could not be more happy. This fucking man was such a beta. Okay, let me paint you a picture. I sat down, they were all there because I was late. Man looked timid at the very beginning, which was fine. That wasn't a big deal. He was nervous to
He
meet
knew that
me.
you were coming?
Yeah, he knew I was coming.
That's because you're a brolic 6'3", baby.
What made me so happy was when I saw him use a knife and fork.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to fucking use a knife and fork. He used the typical, the man stereotype where they just like grip it.
Grab it like a tennis racket.
Grab it like a tennis racket.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that until way too old.
I know
Like,
you did that.
Really?
I know you
17.
fucking
did that.
bro. It pissed me off so much. Every time I ate with you, I was like, you and Thomas both did it up until like year 6 or year 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, this man is 23 or 24. Okay. So I thought you were saying James did it last week.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
didn't know it. I ate it like I ate everything like you eat like peas or mashed potato.
Oh, James.
Fucking shoveling it
You
in.
ate it like it was cereal. Like, bro, here's a knife and fork.
To be fair, this is when I'm 12, not 23.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
11 years later.
Moving on, James doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah,
that's
no,
fine.
definitely not.
So that was the first thing that got me straight away happy as soon as I sat down. He was timid, he was nervous by me, whatever. He couldn't use a fucking knife and fork. Happy days. Second thing is, since he was sitting down, I had no idea how tall he was. I am fucking so much taller than him. So he was like probably like 5'9" or something. I could tell he was a bit insecure because he tried so hard to make it look like they were coupley, which at the point I don't care
How
anymore.
so?
Like touching her hair and stuff. And I was like, oh,
Were they
Imagine
kissing?
if he's just a loving boyfriend.
like that could be that.
He doesn't realize he's
But the
being
thing
entered
is,
into
when
a
he
challenge.
did it, he kind of like I could see him making eye contact with me.
Oh,
Did
you're
he
trying
do
to
like
show
a-
you
You try
his
to
boss.
do something. Yeah, yeah.
Did he give you one of the, like the
see.
winks? Like a
No, none of that. But there is something else that I think I'm forgetting.
spoke
Oh,
like a
yes.
fat
He
bogan.
sounds like he's fucking. I can't say it. What I was about to say.
Say
So
it.
I'm going to say something else. He seemed very slow.
he sound like a retard?
He sounded very, very slow.
Yo, it would have been so funny if you continued because the energy you had. Yo,
Yeah.
he sounded like a fucking. I can't say that.
Yeah, yeah. He's like a country town boy, which is fine. But it means he probably dropped
Give
out.
us
and,
an-
like,
yeah.
G'day, Aaron. How you going today?
No, not to that extreme. It was typical Queensland bogan.
Give us an example.
Would
the
he be
things he-
like, Pauline Hanson's got some good immigration policies?
No, he didn't have any fucking views at all. He was so boring. He did not add anything to any conversation.
Was he a zero value add?
Zero value
As in
add.
he was-
Bro, Aaron literally brought up CPI and he didn't have an opinion.
Yeah, dude, we started talking. Okay, so all the guys on the table started kind of talking about like the economy and shit as
All the
we
guys
do.
is in you and Jag.
Me, Jag, and another guy. We're talking about like investing and shit. as
Riveting
we do.
stuff, boys.
He didn't know any of that shit. Fucking loser.
Did you try to make conversation with him or make him feel welcomed? Or
No.
Aaron went in
Fuck
there
that.
hostile.
Yeah,
No prisoners.
I was scared shitless, to be fair.
Yeah,
I was
remember
very
that.
nervous.
I remember the morning of.
Okay,
Yeah.
if I'm 100% honest, like upon hindsight, like
Yeah.
you fucking killed it. But upon hindsight, now it's going to be harder to get alone time with her because
Not really.
He's not going to want you to hang out with her.
That's fine.
But if you were like really nice to him and he was like, oh, he's not too bad, he won't care.
The thing is, I still spoke to her.
Have I missed the fucking? Is he trying to get back with the girl in Queensland?
Exactly. I'm not trying to get back with her.
Are you?
No, definitely not.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Oh
I
shit!
don't think
I
he's
was
been
never
trying
trying.
to for a
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was trying at one point, but like
Not
it's
for a
been-
while.
It's been like 8 months.
So why does this matter then?
Why does
Oh,
what
as in
matter?
like you're just proving it for the.
Oh yeah. Well, there's always an ego
yeah.
thing.
No,
bro.
I'm 100% with
Yeah,
you.
whenever
No,
you
okay, I
meet
get what you're saying.
an ex's boyfriend, there's always an ego thing.
Looks like you finessed the shit out of it. So how was
Yeah.
how was the way she reacted with him? Like was she acting coupley with him?
Not
Wait,
really.
was she-
The funny thing is, she asked me what I thought of him after.
Oi, what did you say?
I was like,
He's
it was
nice.
such a subtle fucking dig. I was like, it's not my place to say as long as you're happy.
Oh,
you're such a
God.
dickhead.
He said that's a subtle
Fuck
thing.
me.
Yeah, it's subtle.
There's nothing
bro,
subtle
I could have
about
been
that.
like, man doesn't even know how to use a fucking knife and fork.
Yeah, but it's not subtle.
It's pretty subtle.
It'd be like the equivalent of saying, I mean, some guys like retarded people.
Yeah,
You know what I
I thought
mean?
it was subtle saying it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
What did she say? Started
I
crying
can't,
and
I
got
can't
off.
remember, but I thought
Did
that
she
was
like
a win.
laugh or no?
It was over text. It was after I left.
Oh, it was over text.
Yeah, but she like called me later that night and stuff. Like, it was, we're chill.
Shit.
Maybe that was maybe she's trying to move back to Sydney because of that.
No,
It's like I could see what I have now and what I had, and I don't like what I got.
Even if she moved back to Sydney, nothing would happen.
So you said that he was trying to be coupley with her.
Yep.
What was her reactions whenever he was coupley with her?
Was she reciprocating? The
Not really,
affection?
no.
But like, was she leaning into it or just?
No.
Oh,
Like, there were things where, like, they were sitting together on the couch and she was really far forward, you know, on that couch, not to be, like, leaning into him.
Oh man.
Bro, maybe she's trying to get the A.
I think she's
not
trying to get the A.
She
trying to
ain't
get
trying.
the
She's
double
had
A,
the
bro.
A. She doesn't need to have the A
That's
again.
how you should have opened, bro. Because like that, you fucking 100% won. Like just fucking
I
hearing
felt good
that.
for the rest of that day, and then I left and had another like party thing that night. It was just a great day.
Fair enough.
Would you fuck this
we just
girl
let
if she was keen on you again?
Oh yeah.
Who? Oh, you're asking me?
What do you think?
Yes.
Would you be keen for like a type of relo where like I've never been in one of these, but like one where like because you're on long distance, like maybe you send a couple of nudes here and there and have phone sex every now and then.
You've never been in one of those?
Really, never.
No.
Never.
I would not be interested in that with this person.
Would you ever go to
no.
Vietnam at the end of the year, Aaron?
Would I go Vietnam?
Oh, actually, no. What about like July?
You know what? I would.
What about June?
Would you go to Vietnam and think you're going to go to Cambodia, but then decide you're not going to go to Cambodia because it's too much of a sack with COVID restrictions?
Also, you'd be surprised at how much it costs for a flight from Ho Chi Minh City to Phnom Penh.
I actually wouldn't, because I remember like during peak New Year's time going from fucking Bangkok to Copenhagen. So obviously there's going to be an uptick. It was like $500 or something, yeah. But like I would expect normally it'd be 100.
Shit was like fucking $500 from Ho Chi Minh City to fucking Siem Reap, which is where Angkor Wat is.
But
Shit's
Ho
like,
Chi Minh's south, isn't it?
yeah, Ho Chi Minh, but they're very close. Like geographically, it's not further than Sydney to Brisbane. It's really not. It's like the drive is 9 hours.
It must be something like when you cross borders, there's more tariffs or something like that, and so they have to charge more.
No, because the bus is like $2.
Yeah, but okay,
Bus
so
is so
then with
cheap.
flight.
And all the reviews say do not catch the bus. Like the bus is
Really?
fucking Darrow shit.
Although
The
our
trains
bus in
Vietnam?
Thailand was
Here's the
pretty
thing: you
trash.
didn't think the bus was that bad in from Bangkok to Copenhagen, and that was most people would say that's an atrocious bus ride. I think you can sleep anywhere, bro.
Do you actually reckon that was atrocious?
Horrid.
Yeah, I didn't use the bathroom. I remember James describing it. I think he was the first one on the bus to use the bathroom. Like
I needed to shit, and it was so bad because they don't have a traditional flush system, but it looks like a normal
It's
toilet.
the one where you pour the.
Yeah, to pour the water. And so I'm just sat here like I'm dumping fucking horrible shit in because I should say I also got tonsillitis on the fucking bus ride.
Yeah, I remember.
So it was the worst fucking end of a trip ever.
Yep.
But yeah, I literally am just dumping these fat shits. People are pissing everywhere inside the thing. And then I eventually realized if you fucking use the thing, it flushes it all out. I'm like, oh, thank God. But it was just rank, like water everywhere. You don't know if it's water or if it's piss. Like, it was horrible.
For me, that ride was like a 1 hour journey.
That's
I got in,
crazy.
sat down, woke up, and then left.
must be nice. I
Being
was
able
sat
to
next to
sleep-
a random.
Being able to sleep anywhere must be the biggest power move, I reckon.
Yeah, big alpha move.
I've never thought about it as that helpful.
So helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just like height.
I've slept standing up.
shut up. No, you
Yeah, on
haven't.
trains. Yeah, like on a packed train where you can't really swift too much. Like I'll hold on. Like what I'll do, you know, in the Sydney trains, they've got like those poles that go from the bottom to
Yep.
the top. I'll wrap my arm around them and then I'll just like close my eyes and I'll face down and I'll fall asleep sometimes.
Imagine that.
Boys, I got a question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who the fuck actually eats their 8 vegetables and 3 fruits a day?
Is it 8 vegetables and 3 fruits?
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 and 2.
No, it can't be 3 and 2.
There's no way anyone's eating 8 servings of fucking vegetables a day.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's bullshit.
How is it possible?
Are you sure it's that though?
I'm pretty sure it's that.
That's a whole lot of bullshit, bro.
I get the 2
Fuck that.
fruits because if you
I
work
also
in the
think they
office where
just
there's
say
3
things.
fruits.
But
Bro, I haven't eaten either fruit or vegetables for the last fucking 2 weeks. I was telling this to Aaron.
Yeah, that's really
For the
bad.
last 2 weeks, I haven't had any fresh fruit or vegetables.
fruit, I've only had in the last 2 days because my office has bananas now.
Oh,
Which I've been very happy
goals,
about.
bro.
But yeah, I would never buy fruit.
Yeah, it's just one because our Woolies that we have next door is a fucking metro.
Mm.
Like it has like all the niche items. Has like the gluten free section.
That's not niche.
Brother, it has
Every
big
Woolies
fruit.
has that.
Huh?
It has big fruits.
No, it doesn't really.
Yeah, it
does.
does.
It's got like 7 different types of potatoes, but then it doesn't sell like fucking cabbage.
But also, what fruit are you, what dish are you making with cabbage in it?
Fucking cabbage stew.
Nice.
It has plenty of fruit there.
Yeah, it has a lot of fruits. It doesn't have as many vegetables as you want.
The vegetables are the thing I was talking
Yeah,
about.
fiber's important though because you don't want like bowel cancer.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. If you don't eat fiber, especially for
Our
men.
family as
I
well.
thought
Especially for
fiber
men.
just makes you shit.
yeah, if you don't have enough fiber in your diet, it can be one of the leading causes of bowel cancer.
Sheesh, don't want to get that.
Yeah.
Bro, I wish diets didn't have to be a thing because when you think about it, if you eat too much or too little of everything, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And it's not you're going to die, you might die. And it's
But
just
if you-
so cringe.
If you think about it even further, if you do a little bit or a lot of anything, you'll die.
Like, what do you mean?
Anything.
I'm confused. Fucking ladyboys?
If you get fucked by ladyboys too much, you're probably going to get HIV and die.
No, you don't die from HIV anymore, bro.
I know, but if it turns into AIDS.
Yeah. Imagine if you were so late. Imagine if you're a gay guy with HIV and you were so lazy you got AIDS.
No.
In today's day and age. Like, you literally take a
You
pill
skip
every
the
day.
pill too much. Yeah.
Bro, it is alarming. Here's a tip to all you boys out there. When a girl says she's on the pill, do not believe that means she can't get preggers, because the amount of times girls are just like, oh, I missed it today, I'll take it tomorrow.
So true.
Yeah.
Bruv, they're fucking so flippant with their ovaries, bruv. Like, it's cool.
It's really funny. So my first girlfriend was extremely good with it. Never missed a day. She would even take the fake ones, like on your period.
Yeah.
She would never miss a day. Anyway, so she was super fucking good at it. So that may build the wrong impression in my head that all girls that are on the pill are taking it like consistently, because she was so fucking on it. And then next minute, I learned that whenever girls say they're on their period pill, it means that, oh, yesterday I took 2 because the day before I missed 1.
Right,
Jeez.
you know, if you miss one, it takes like another 24 or 48 hours for you to become like,
3 days.
yeah.
3 days it takes you to catch
How
up.
cooked is that?
Yeah.
And you can't just take 3 and fucking magically mix it up. Like, that's not how the body works, you know?
Yeah.
But that shit, oh, bro, it's cooked. And you get, girls can get like spotting and shit.
Anyway, boys, thanks for tuning into this episode. We've talked about pills. We've talked about Am I the Asshole? We've talked about Aaron's weekend.
We talked about how cringe the Saudi Arabian government are. You heard me, boys.
I hope you enjoyed this episode, boys. If you want to get a phone case, check out Puppy This, code MILKBUCKET for 20% off.
Give us a 5-star review on all of our podcasting services.
Please do. And please give us a follow on Instagram, because that allows us to reach out to to fans. Neither, actually. That allows us to reach out to guests. And that way we can get more money on this pod.
And talk ticks, baby.
Exactly. Thanks for watching, boys, and see you next week.
Laters.